Welcome to ZOOMERTIMES TV. And here's your host, Anita Finley.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to introduce Holly Steamer. And Holly is the owner and founder of this incredible place called the Study Lounge. And we thought we would give you a tour today. It's in the Delray Marketplace in Delray Beach. So hello, Holly. Thank you for doing this with us.
Hi, Anita. Thank you so much for having me.
You know that I was so impressed when I walked in, my mouth dropped. I couldn't believe it. It's a first of its kind. Why don't you talk a little bit about it as you walk around?
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you for having me on. It was a pleasure to have you here last week, and I'm excited to give you guys a tour. I'm going to flip the camera here so we can be a little better. All right, well, I actually am starting off here in our mountain room. This is what it looks like after 25 middle schoolers spend a little quality time here. And that's what we really do. We cater to that age group, middle school and high school. Actually, we started 5th grade, and we have them here for academic support during the school year. Right now, we're in the middle of our summer camp. You can see kids everywhere. And our goal here is really to cater to the full student, to do academic support, be here for their emotional well-being, and also be here for the social piece, which we feel so strongly about. So we're on lunch right now, and everybody's having a good time. We are doing our summer camp, so we made some mouse pads here and planted a little bit. We've got some indoor sports going on. And we really just created a very warm, welcoming, stress-free space that kids can come and just be themselves. They can get whatever help they might need. We do one-on-one tutoring. We do just homework help that's included with our membership. And we really take care of the whole student. We look to take the pressure off the parent whenever we can, because we know that homework's getting harder and times are stressful and people are working. And we really want to be able to provide that support so a kid can go home stress-free and have their homework complete and really reclaim their family time and get back to doing what they want to be doing. This was our cooking activity here. We did a little no-bake granola peanut butter bites, so that's fun. We have our individual study rooms here. All the space was, sorry for the noise, all the space was designed by an educational architect out of San Francisco and his group. And the rooms have monitors in them. Kids can airplay whatever they want, their presentations during the school year to see what it'll look like. This one is doubling as our dartboard room here. But we've really created this great space where kids can just come in and relax, because if they feel safe and they feel stress-free, they can really be open to learning and being creative, and that's exactly what we're looking for.
And I'm going to jump in here for a minute now. That was fabulous. And, you know, I have to tell you, Holly was not told to do this before we got on. I just said, boy, we ought to look there at the study lounge. And she said, okay, she just did it. But Holly, you know, it's the parents too. You talked about the kids being stress-free. The parents are, but why don't you then tell them about your staff and why it's so perfect for those students?
So our staff, I say everybody complains about not being able to find good employees during the pandemic. And I say it's my fault, I took them all. We don't have a lot, but who we have they're amazing. They are grad students who are working in the area with kids or guidance. I have an employee who's going to PA school, and they have experience with kids in their background, whatever they've done. They are, to me, role models for these kids. You know, you have career days where you have 50-year-old, 60-year-old CEOs come in, you know, and these middle schoolers are looking at them, great, but they can't even think about next week. Now you want them to picture how they're going to get someplace in 40 years. It's not even realistic. My employees are real-time role models for where they're going in their next phase, and they are there to support. They help with organization. They work on time management skills, all those executive functioning skills that can tie what's up here up and keep it from being productive on paper and getting kids those grades that they really deserve and that they're working so hard for but can't seem to reach. So,
Okay, Holly, so
yeah.
why don't we investigate you a little bit? Tell us your background and why you have this passion. Who are you?
Sure. I am a teacher for a long time. I have over 25 years in the classroom. I was actually a business major and by chance fell into a position. I was very involved in Best Buddies in college and was paired up with an amazing young girl with Down syndrome and got very involved in her school. And they begged me to be an assistant while they filled a position. And that was it. I was hooked. I went back and got my master's in teaching at Nova Southeastern, and I have not regretted it a day since. I worked in Florida in private school, in New Jersey in public school, and then finally came back to Florida, which I love. And I spent years in middle school and public school, and most recently was at American Heritage right here in Delray. I taught algebra for a few years there and finished my time there as a director of curriculum and instruction. So I'm super well versed with all of middle school, all of high school, and feel really comfortable helping these kids academically. But I always felt this need to do more for kids and for their parents. I see the stress that it causes. I see the fights with the parents, and I wanted to be able to give more besides that 50 minutes in a classroom, or besides the teacher training and, modifying curriculum when I could. So this, to me, the study lounge is a dream of mine to, I think, be what I wish I would have had when my kids were in middle school. I think back to the fights, even though I was a teacher, they didn't think I could could be the one to help them. But I really wanted to take that piece out of the parents' hands, let them go back to being parents and stop the fights and just remove that stressful piece from the family and let them have their relationship back. So I feel like with my business experience and growing up in a family business, and then all my years of teaching, that this is really where I'm meant to be. And I'm just thrilled to be part of the Delray community and, families from all different schools, public and private. And please come in and see our facility in person. I would love to give every one of you a tour and show you what we can do for any middle school or high schoolers in your life.
So at this time, let's give people your phone number and your website so that they can get on.
Okay, great. You can find us at www.thestudylounge.com. And our phone number is 561-822-6018. That's 561-822-6018.
And that will go up on when our producer director Dan Verdi, he will add those things so you'll be able to be sure to talk to Holly.
Great.
Now, the other thing is, let's talk about where you actually are. You're in a beautiful center. Why don't you describe that?
I sure am. I am smack in the middle of the Delray Marketplace, which is on the corner of Atlantic and Lyons. We are a few doors down from Burton Max's. Also, Oceans opened up down the way, Oceans 1 for lunch. So we have Menchie's across the street. We have Publix down the way. It's Sugar is catty corner from us. And we really chose this place because on top of all the academic and social support that we provide for our students, our job is to make them independent, to work out all those little kinks before they leave for college and they're on their own, left to do it hundreds of miles away. So during the school year, they're allowed to go to Publix. They're allowed to go across the street to Menchie's. Parents get a text saying your child's checked out, Publix run, Menchie's run, whatever it might be, and we let them know when they've come back. And it really makes them feel independent. It makes them feel more grown up, and it builds such confidence. This is my first year open, but I look at my kids now in June from when they walked in with me in August, and it's amazing. It really is. And I'm thankful to the Delray Marketplace because we couldn't have asked for more.
Yeah, I agree. But let's also then pursue this further. I want people to be very clear on the ages of the children who you really want there and what it's like. This is the summer program. What is it like for the actual year?
Okay, so we really target 5th grade and up, and it's because we're building that independence and we want the kids to be able to spread their wings that we start at that age group. Hi, sorry about that. That we started that age group. So 5th grade and up. Most of our kids are middle school. We do have some 9th and 10th graders. During the school year, we get some older kids in for AP, tutoring for, the higher math, science, things like that. We do SAT prep and PSAT prep and any kind of standardized test, as well as SSAT and any other tests that are required for scholarships in the area for some of the private schools. So during the school year, we work on membership. We also have drop-in, but most of our students are membership. If they are Florida virtual or homeschool kids and they just don't want to be isolated during the day, we invite them to come do their work here. We keep parents updated on their progress. We help them take their notes and get organized and prepare for their exams. That's one membership. And the other option is for kids who are actually in brick and mortar and they come after school for homework help. We'll be open till 9 p.m. next year, so kids can come after sports, after dance, after karate, whatever they have. Stop here for an hour or so, have a snack at our amazing snack bar, get their homework done, hang out with their friends, and just really go home complete and done and happy. We don't let anyone leave feeling worse than when they came here. Our motto is you go home feeling as good and hopefully a lot better.
You know, Holly Steamer is our wonderful guest today. She is the entrepreneur, she's the owner, she's the founder. And I have to tell you, I'm here mesmerized by you. Usually I talk more, but I don't want to. You are just perfect. And we need you to duplicate these all over the country. I mean, it is so needed, Holly, and you hit on it because the kids really, they're wonderful. Many of the children are wonderful, but the stress on the families, the stress on them changes them. And that's where I hate to bring it up. You get suicide, you get a lot of very bad things happening where it could easily be settled by having someone like you, like your organization, that helps them in a happy way. I was just curious, do any student particularly, you don't have to name them, anyone stand out from someone who maybe could have been difficult and what's happened since they've been coming there? Just
So,
not a particular, just what you're
sure.
thinking.
We had a student who came in. She struggled academically, but more so than anything, she struggled socially. She had no friends in school. She was getting depressed. She was really in a bad place at the beginning of 9th grade. She started coming to us. Math was difficult for her. And although, she never loved it, she gained confidence. She ended up with a B- in her algebra class, which was amazing. But the most important thing is she would come here every day. She'd get her homework done. She'd text her parents, pick me up later. I want to stay. I want to stay. She had friends here. She bonded with the staff. They, talked to her like she was the young woman that she was, and helped her and guided her. And it was amazing. And we have so many stories like that. It's really, it gives me chills just thinking about it because it's really what we're here for. It's not easy. I always say, even on a good hair day, middle school is the worst. So anything we can do.
Why is that, Holly? As a teacher, you understand, why is it so bad?
It's those years, right? Your parents still see you as a kid. You want to feel a little more grown up. Things are changing. Your body's changing. Your thought process is changing. Your social needs are changing. And kids, their goal is usually to fly under the radar and nobody notice them, right? Get by and that kind of thing. With social media these days and the pressure and all that, it's tough to make it through the day, and you haven't even tacked on the challenging courses that these kids are taking now. Homework is nothing like I remember homework being. The curriculum is magnified to the point where it is so challenging, and especially for kids who have to work really hard, they can go in, feeling unsuccessful. I say to grown-ups, how many days would you show up if you were horrible at your job, no matter how many things you tried? Not long, right? You'd either end up shutting down or maybe mouthing off or doing something because it doesn't feel good not to be successful. So
I
it's
was
just a
thinking
tough
that,
age group.
yeah, there are people, who do tutoring and do things not like you, but in some sort, and they go to people's homes and they do it.
Mhm.
So the difference is they're surrounded now by other kids in the same field. They have the same problems. They're friends. You're there to supervise, not to overrun things. And you
Correct.
see things and you see something that's needed and you can correct it. So things like bullying, we know that happens because people are, kids are upset. But and we talked about that, and of course you don't allow it, but it's hard to see the environment. I'd almost like you to walk through a little bit again. It is the most beautiful environment. When you walk in, the walls, they're blue, they're green, it's happy, there are pictures on the wall. I mean, it is, I didn't want to leave, frankly.
I'll give you one more tour for sure.
Please.
We like to think of ourselves as a safety net, not a crutch, right? Kids don't need a crutch. They don't need to learn that kind of dependency. They need to try things on their own. The difference between our homework help and having a tutor once a week is that tutor is there for that hour, and you use her for everything or him for everything you can because somebody's paying big money for it. When they're here, we give them the chance to be successful on their own, and we give them the tools they need to get there. So they start building the confidence and they start realizing just how much they can do. And they also learn when they need a little help, and that's okay. And that's a skill that they're going to need down the road, especially in college. So we try and let them pick where they learn best, how they learn best, and just how much help they need to really be successful. I'm going to give you one more tool. Again, keep in mind we are at lunch here, and it's a little loud, and I apologize.
It's good. I think that's good for people to see that. I like
It's
that.
kids being kids, right? So we walk in here, we keep a screen up with some things to update the kids. We've got our super cool moss wall over here.
Wait a minute, you didn't show the rabbit.
Oh, here's the professor. Professor?
Yeah, they have a
Hi,
little
baby.
rabbit there.
Hello. That's our guy. He gives kisses. We have a garden room here, which is just a great use of space with these plants.
Really?
We have a Zen sand garden at the end where we keep our painted rocks. Got a little library and a reading nook back there. We've got super comfy couch space, and on the weekends, I don't know if I shared this with you, Anita, but on the weekends we do movie nights. We set the couches up with all the bean bags, and we bring the big screen TV out. So we give kids a place to hang out safely, have fun with their peers on the weekend. Parents can go to Burt and Max's or wherever they want and have date night or just some time off and really do their thing.
Wait, you said, so the weekend, you're actually open on Saturday and Sunday?
We open a few nights a month from 7:30 to 10 so that we can hold our, we do karaoke parties, we do dance parties. There's some of my amazing staff. We're setting up, this week is Magic Week, so we're waiting for our magician to come. He teaches the kids some tricks, so that's super fun. Yeah, and this is, and just another step in independence. Kids use a kiosk here, and they can pick what they want for lunch. They swipe a card that gets charged to parents. We have a great assortment of snacks here for them. Nobody can function well when they're hungry, right?
Nope.
And all our rooms really do have a very funky feel to them. Like I said, we worked with an architect who has designed for Google and designed for Khan Academy. And we really put a lot of thought and a lot of time into just creating some really good energy here for these kids. So during the school year, they can use these rooms if they want a little more privacy or one-on-one tutoring. Or if they just, don't feel like being part of the big group. Because listen, they're teenagers and their mood changes like the rain here in the summer, right? All the time. This is our mountain room, which is fun. We've got a great relaxing mural on the wall. And that's it.
How
We've
many
got some fun
students
space
can you
here.
have at one time, Holly?
We can have over 60 kids during the school year. For our
Really, at
after
one time,
school.
60 kids?
Yeah,
Wow.
we have a whole classroom that holds, with our tables, holds quite a few, and we've got a ton of seating in the garden room. Things are moved around a little bit right now for summer camp, but yeah, that's what we're designed for. Right now, our camp is between 25 and 30. and we're having a great time.
And now, is it too late for people to come in now? I mean, how does that work?
Nope, we welcome new campers at any time. Our camp is going to run until the end of July. So we have, after this week, we have 4 more weeks. We go by the week, or the second session is a 3-week session. But you're welcome anytime. We don't do drop-in daily for camp, but we do by the week. And we have some great things lined up. We take field trips right here in the plaza. So we're going to be going to Color Me Mine for ceramics, and we go to the bowling alley and the arcade, and it really is a lot of fun.
Oh, Holly, you know, I just have this smile on my face. I can't stop. It's so lovely. And I wish I did have that when my children were growing up. But I think of my 15-year-old triplet grandchildren in Miami, and they don't know what to do with them in the summer because of COVID, they closed a lot of things because my grandchildren used to volunteer everywhere. And that's not been happening. So I wish that they had something like you had there. It would be perfect for them.
Well, hopefully by next summer we will.
Yeah.
We would love to expand in the area.
Yeah, it's so needed, Holly, and you're so good at this. You're like, I mean, you're bringing everything to this that anyone could. You're not just an entrepreneur. You're not just a teacher. You know, you have a great heart too, which is really important. And
Thank you.
Who you have actually brought there to help you. You've been very careful, and I know that, to get the very best people. And the other thing that occurred to me is the kids this age, they don't want to be watched. They want to feel free. But you do this in a very, very calm way where you know where they are, you know what's going on, and in a very nice way, I'm sure you can talk to them.
Yeah, and sometimes we have to, and we try to handle it in a way to teach them how to handle their differences and when things go wrong. We always say, we don't judge you by your mistakes, we judge you by how you try to correct them. And that's a really important message because we all make mistakes. And anytime I make a mistake, I am very quick to point it out to the kids because they need to know it's okay. They need to know it's part of being human.
And their parents. And so are you getting, what kind of response are you getting from the parents? Are they continuing to bring the children, and what do they say? Do they say
we have some fabulous 5-star reviews, I have to say, for sure. Yeah, our parents, one of our parents keeps baking us goodies. She's so excited. She's so grateful. I said, please stop. I can't. But we really try to create the family feel. I say, you know, opening my own business, my goal is to treat kids the way I would want my child to be treated, to treat my employees the way I would want to be treated as an employee, and most importantly, to treat parents the way I would have loved to be treated as a parent anywhere I went. So we have a great relationship with our parents, and they're great. We're really the Study Lounge family. That's what we call ourselves.
What?
The Study Lounge family.
Study lounge, and of course the name is great. All kids want to go to a lounge. We know they can't.
Yeah.
And the study is a small little word, but it's a study lounge.
It's an important one.
So special. When you go there, I know you're across from Chico also, because that's how I found you right away. But it's a beautiful center, and it's a natural for the kids to be there, so they don't feel like they're cooped up in some little, room or something. They're in like a fancy resort. I think that's how I see it.
We wanted kids to want to come here, not be forced or dragged out of the car. And they do. This year we opened at 7:30, and kids whose school didn't start till 9:30, parents were dropping them off at 7:30 just because they wanted to hang out with their friends and just enjoy the space. And you know what? To me, that was amazing. That was wonderful. That told me we're doing the right thing.
Yeah, I guess I was there on Friday. It seems like everything went so fast, and maybe I don't even recall, but I guess it was Friday. But also the marshmallows. I mean, what was that you were making? That was the cutest thing.
So for our one of the activities we have during camp are STEM activities: science, technology, engineering, and math. Because even though we're here to have fun, we are bringing in a little bit of academics. We do some writing every day. Today we wrote thank you notes to the movie theater. I'm sorry, to the bowling for having us. But you came in during our marshmallow catapult activity, where the kids built catapults out of pencils and they launched marshmallows in a contest.
And also I
It
have
was
to
great.
tell you, I did go over to the senior place, Inspired Living over there in
Oh,
Delray.
great.
And yeah, and they would be very happy for you to be able to write the notes and give them to them. So why don't you explain what that is? Yeah, I wanted to tell you
Okay.
about that.
I definitely will.
It's okay. It's
Um,
fine. I don't care.
we are next, this is Magic Week, and next week is Community Service Week. And we are going to have different stations in the afternoon where we are doing different things to help out the community. Some of the kids need hours, but the middle school kids don't, but it is such a great thing to learn to do from early on to give back in whatever way you can. So one of the projects we're working on is using recycled paper to make notepads for people in assisted living. Just a little something to keep by their bedside if they want to write something down, or if a family member needs to leave them a note or whatever it might be. So we're looking forward to making those and then making arrangements with you to deliver them so that the residents can know how much they're cared for and that someone's thinking of them.
Yeah, so I'll give you the name of the wonderful woman who is the marketing director, and she said that would be wonderful, and it's not that
Right.
far from you. And so, yes, so I'll get back to you on that. But that was she couldn't believe it. She said, "Why are they doing it?" I said, "Because this is a good thing for them to know that there are older people, and they need someone to care about them." And you said they're going to write a lovely note on each one of the pads.
They draw some artwork and write a note that someone is thinking of them and that they hope they have a great day or whatever cute little sayings they've come up with. So yeah, it's great. You know, it's such an important thing. The public schools require community service, which is wonderful, but kids need to learn how good it feels. And if it starts now, hopefully it's something they will continue through their lives.
So Holly, I have to tell you that our time is up, but you're a star. You're just
Aw.
great. And I hope you'll put this interview on your website, because you should.
I
It's
hope
great.
so. I will say that
Okay.
the guest is only as good as the host. So thank
Oh,
you.
yeah. Well, you're wonderful, honey. It was great, and I'll be seeing you soon, and thank you so much. Holly.
Thank you, Anita.
This is the study guide. Sorry,
Thank
the
you.
study lounge. I think of the study guide, the study lounge. And that's Holly Steven. Thank you, Holly.
Thank you,
Bye.
Anita. Bye.